All right, this is Algebra 1. We are on our final lesson of the unit 2-10 word problems. Today is November 1st, so we do always write the date, November 1st. Make sure you have your name on your notes. I just want to show you guys where we're at with our unit guide. Let's see here. That's the wrong class. That's here. All right, so on our unit guide. We are, okay, I guess I lied. We have one more lesson left. We have 2-11, so that means tomorrow, Friday, is going to be 2-11, and then Monday we have a quiz, and then Tuesday we have a test. So we are almost done with the unit. We are really, really close to being done. All right, so let's go ahead and take some notes here. Vocabulary, consecutive. Does anyone have a quiet raised hand to tell me another way to say consecutive, or what maybe consecutive means? Only one person knows what consecutive means. All right, go for it, Gunnar.
In a row?
Yeah, in a row. It means one after the other. So we can say in a row. Here you can say one after the other. I think one after the other is slightly better. One after the other. Means back to back to back, one after the other. So thank you, Gunnar. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So for example, consecutive. Actually, we'll wait until I do integers. That way we can talk about what this means. So integer. What is an integer? If I say name an integer and you say 3.2 and I say no, that's not an integer. What is an integer? Quiet raised hand. One person knows. Only one person knows still. Integer. Cohen, go for it.
A whole number.
Yeah, it's a whole number. It's a whole number, and I'll put here in parentheses, can be negative. Or 0. 0 is an integer, -3 is an integer, 100 is an integer, but 1.5 is not an integer. It is not a whole number. Pi is not an integer. It is not a whole number. So thank you, Cohen. And sequence. Anyone want to give a shot at sequence? Go for it, Andres.
A problem?
Good guess, but not quite. You still get your XP though. Sequence, this is kind of just like a list. Usually if it's a sequence of numbers, it's going to be a list of numbers. So what is your grocery sequence? What is the list of groceries that you're going to be getting? It's just a list. And usually that list is consecutive. It is one after the other. Bless you. All right, so now that we have these three things defined, definitely informally, let's look at, oh man, my phone is finally catching up with all the powers. Let's look at example 1. Can I get a quiet raised hand to read this one? Nice and short, so easy XP. Someone want to read? Andres, go for it.
The sum of 4 consecutive integers is 206. What is the third number in the sequence?
All right, there it is. Thank you. I don't know what I just clicked there. I might have just given you random XP. Yeah, so we have 4 consecutive integers. So one integer after the next. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 4 consecutive integers. And it's saying if I add them all together, if I take the sum of them, if I add them together, then that sum is 206. I need to figure out which 4 consecutive integers they are. And then once I figure out which 4 there are, I'm looking for that third number. So how are we going to do this? You should be thinking about some way of algebraically writing this. Maybe you can just use guess and check. That is a valid method. It just might be harder with harder numbers. Maybe I'll do something in the thousands and you're like, oh gosh, okay, that's going to be hard. Guess and check will take me a little bit longer. Is there a tried and true method that will give this every single time? And I will do the first one for you. So let's go ahead and just say, I don't know what my first number is. My first number in that sequence. It could be 5, it could be 10. Let's just call it x. Let's go ahead and write that down. X. We're writing down our sequence. X, comma. The next number in our sequence. So here's the first number. I'm going to do a little space. Second number, third number, fourth number. This was the first, second, third, and fourth number in the sequence. All of these are integers. They're all whole numbers. So if it's consecutive, that means I'm just going up 1. So if this number was 1, this number would be 2, which means in terms of x, I have to have x somewhere in the expression. So let's go ahead and write an x. How much more than x is this second integer? This second term in the sequence? There it is. X plus 1. Thank you, Fernando. This is x. This is x plus 1. Someone aside from Fernando. What is this one going to be? Cohen knows. Andres knows. Sergio knows. Yeah, Sergio.
X plus 2.
X plus 2. There it is. This is 2 bigger than the starting number, x plus 2. Sergio. What about that fourth number? Monse. X plus 3. So now we have all of these numbers. We don't know what that starting number was. We'll figure that out. But it says that if we add them up, we'll get the sum. Add them up, they'll all equal 206 once I add them together. So let's go ahead and add these together now. Here we go. X plus. And I don't need parentheses. I'm doing parentheses so you can see what's happening. So you don't need these parentheses. X plus 1. You could just drop the parentheses in your notes if you want. Plus x plus 2. There's my second number, or my third number. And then my final fourth number is x plus 3. If I add these all together, and I'm doing that now, it should equal 206. I need someone with a quiet raised hand to simplify the expression on the left-hand side of the equality. How do I simplify all of this? Let's add all the x's, add all the constants. What do you get? How many x's? How many numbers? Add them all up. What do you get? I prefer on calling on someone I don't normally call on. But if not, that's okay. Fernando, go for it.
4x plus 6.
4x plus 6. And let's check that. X plus x plus x plus x. There are 4 of those x's, so yeah, I agree, 4x. And then 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 plus 3, yeah, that's 6. Okay, so 4x plus 6, that's still equal to the right-hand side over here. That's 206. Thank you, Fernando. All right, another quiet raised hand. What am I going to do to solve for x? Andres.
Minus 6 on both sides.
Minus 6 on both sides. And what am I going to have on the left-hand side, Andres?
4x equals 206.
4x equals?
200.
Okay, 200. Thank you. I ran out of room, so I'm going to come and do that step up here. What am I going to do next to both sides? Jose.
Divide by 4.
Divide by 4, divide by 4, and then that will cancel out the 4's, and I'm left with what, Jose? X is equal to 50. All right, thank you, Jose. All right, am I done? I found X. Yeah, we're done, right? Oh, no, we're not done. We have to do something else. Because it was asking, what is the third number in the sequence? Jennifer, what am I going to do? Here's the third number. It's right there. What am I going to use X to do? Help me out, Jennifer. You got this. I know X is 50. That third number is X plus 2. So what's that third number? You want to choose someone else? Yeah. Okay, you get to choose someone else.
52.
52. How'd you get 52?
Because x equals 50, and then up there it says 50. Since x is 50, then 50 plus 2.
Yeah, you're just plugging in this 50. You're substituting this x for 50. Or this 50 for x. I guess either way works. Yeah, so 50 plus 2 is 52. So the correct answer here, final answer is 52. That's the number we're looking for. That's the number we're going to box. 52. All right. Now I have 5 consecutive integers, not 4, but 5, and they sum to 410. And I'm not looking for the third number anymore, I'm looking for the fourth number in this sequence. So what I want you to do now is try this one on your own. Try it out. Maybe conserve a little bit more room than Mr. Sandell. I guess I kind of skipped a line here for no reason. Go ahead and try this on your own. I'm going to be walking around and helping you. Your group should be helping you as well because they can get some XP for helping you. We're back. Who wants to walk me through it? It's the same 3 people over and over again. Yeah, Jennifer, do it.
X, comma, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4.
Is there an x plus 5?
No.
But it says 5 consecutive integers.
So x plus 5.
X plus 5? Oh, I was trying to trick you.
Oh my god.
That was the most common error that I saw when people were working on this. They went all the way up to x plus 5, probably because they saw that it was 5 consecutive integers. The problem is you started at 0. There's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those terms, so you do stop at 4. Sorry, I tried to trick you and it worked, but no, you're good. Let's continue on with it.
Okay. X.
So now we're actually doing the equation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus x plus 1 parentheses,
You're doing parentheses around them? Okay.
plus x plus 2, plus x plus 3, and then x plus 4.
Okay, then what'd you write to make it an equation?
5x.
Oh, you simplified this side. This side is 5x.
Okay, you know what?
Never mind.
You got this, Jennifer. Keep going.
No, it's,
Equals.
Oh, you wanted an equal sign up here.
Yeah.
What should it be equal to?
410.
410. Okay. Yeah, and then keep simplifying that left-hand side.
Okay. Plus 10 equals 410.
It's 410. Okay, I agree so far.
Do you keep on going?
Yeah, keep on going.
Okay, minus 10 on both sides. We get 5x equals 400.
Okay.
And then you divide that by 5.
Okay.
You get 80.
Okay. So 80 is the answer?
No.
Ah, you didn't get tricked this time. Okay. Then what do I do?
You plus 3.
Add it to 3 because that's 1, 2, 3. That's a fourth number. It's always 1 less than what you expect. I add 3, and then I get my final answer of
83.
83. Did you box it?
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah, there it is. All right, flip it over. Start on example 3. Actually, maybe we should do example 3 together. I just want to set up example 3, but then you can solve it on your own. So example 3, I know that my first number is going to be x. I always just like starting with my first number as x. And then what is my next number going to be? It's not x plus 1. I'll tell you that hint right now. It's not x plus 1 because we have this addition. It's even numbers. So for example, 2, 4, 6, 8. So what's the next number in there with a quiet raised hand? Julian? X plus 2. Yeah, very nice. And then after that, Julian, it's going to be?
X plus 4.
Oh, yeah, it's x plus 4. And that's it. We only needed 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. There they are. All right, that's as much as I'm going to say. Go ahead and solve example 3 on your own. And we're back. Who's walking me through it? Sergio, go for it.
So after that, 3x
So 3x
plus 6
plus 6. Ooh, skipping some steps. All right, I like it.
in the top, then it's equals to 156. No, wait, the blue one.
Okay, so if I add those all together, you get equal to 156?
Yeah.
So I think I have to add a plus sign in between all of them, right? All right.
Okay, equals 150, no 156.
156 right there, all right.
Then you subtract 6 from both sides.
Minus 6, minus 6.
3x
So we get 3x,
equals 150.
150,
3 divide for both sides.
divide by 3, divide by 3.
X equals 50.
X is equal to 50. All right, that's it, right? 50?
Then
Oh.
50 plus 2.
50 plus 2 because that's the second number. And then you get your final answer of
52.
52. There it is. Box it. Very nice. Thank you. I don't know what I was doing there. There we go. All right, then we're on to 4. Number 4, I'm going to leave it to you to set it up. It's going to be a little bit challenging. Now we're on odd numbers. So how do odd numbers work? You start with 1, then you go to 3, then 5. How do those numbers work? Go ahead and try to set it up all on your own, and I'll be walking around. All right, I paused this because we are not setting this problem up correct, and that's okay. We make errors, and we're learning from those errors. So just think about a sequence of numbers. I'm just going to go ahead and write an example. 1, 3, 5, and 7. Those are 4 consecutive odd integers. Can we all nod our heads? Yes, those are odd, they're consecutive, they're odd integers. Good. All right, so if I said that 1 was x, how do I say 3? 3 is how much more than 1? 2. This one is x plus 2, which is weird, right? Because it's an odd number, but I'm still adding 2 to it. So every single time I'm going up in an odd number, I'm still adding on 2. So what is 5 in terms of 1? It's x plus what?
4,
Plus 4, and then 7 is going to be x plus
6.
6. So even though it's still odd, you don't really have to change anything. You're still adding 2, then 4, then 6. So that's how you should be setting up the problem. So you might need to go back and erase, and that's fine, because that's how we learn. Just know that even if it says odd, you're still going to be adding on 2, then 4, then 6, and then 8 if you have 5. All right, and then we'll come back. All right, so we're back. Who wants to walk me through this problem? Andres, go for it.
Okay. So first it's x in parentheses. I mean,
Or-
yeah, whatever.
Oh, do you want to start parentheses over here?
Yeah, there. X plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6
Okay.
equals 184.
All right, so far so good.
And then you get 4x plus 12 equals 184.
Okay.
And then you minus 12 on both sides. 4x, it's equals 4x equals 172.
172. All right.
And then divide both sides by 4.
Okay.
X equals 43.
43. Okay.
And then since it's the second number, you plug in x for 43 for x, and then it's 45.
All right.
And then box your answer.
Box it. All right. Any questions on any of the examples that we've gone over today? All right. That concludes the notes. Go ahead and write your summaries and then begin on the homework set on Khan Academy.